Hi everybody, this is Noelle for Petitti Garden Centers, and we are doing a spotlight on Gaillardia. You may know this perennial plant as blanket flower. This is actually, all the varieties that you see here are nativars, so that's a cultivated variety of a native. The blanket flower is actually native to the prairie states and the United States. And when you grow plants that are natives, think about where they are growing and kind of mimic that environment, and that's how you're going to be successful. So blanket flowers for us, as far as sighting is concerned, are going to be full sun. So you want them out in 6 or more hours of bright sunlight. They do very, very well in those hot, dry areas. Okay, so really, really great plant for that. The other thing that you need to be mindful of is their soil. They need to be in very, 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 very well-drained soil. And I usually say this about most plants that we grow in Northeast Ohio, because our clay soil is so heavy and wet. We often need to amend that soil, make sure that it is draining very well. In this case, with blanket flowers, you have to make the soil very light, very airy. Raised beds, container gardens, they do very, very well in those areas because that soil is constantly draining for them. I will tell you, what usually kills these guys is being planted in clay soil, and they'll perform all summer into fall, and you'll think, oh, this plant's doing great. It's actually the wet winter, that cold, wet soil that usually kills them. Okay, so keep that in mind. Soil is really, really important for Gaillardia. The other thing that we're looking at is fertilizer. Normally with these guys, initially when you're planting, you can use plant tone and iron tone to fertilize them. And we usually talk about fertilizing twice with perennials, once in the spring and once midsummer. But with these guys, they actually can tolerate poorer soils. So you really don't have to, if you miss a fertilization, it's actually okay with these. And they really are quite abuse tolerant once they get established. So again, that first year, just kind of be careful. The watering with these guys, again, first year is going to be that 1 inch of water once a week, deep and thorough. But again, after they're established, they are very heat tolerant. They are very drought tolerant, okay? I also wanted to mention their cold tolerance. Believe it or not, they have a very, very wide USDA hardiness zone. They are hardy to zone 3 to 10. So we're talking negative 30 degrees in the winter, all the way up to probably around 30 degrees 30 degrees, meaning in zone 10 in the winter, okay? So they can take a lot of different fluctuations in temperature and environment, okay? With these guys, uses are a ton. They have wonderful landscape use, obviously kind of low in front border or middle border in the perennial or landscape gardens. They also are a great cut flower, so you can cut these daisies no problem. And I would encourage that with all daisy families. If you continue to cut, they will continue to produce for you and do really nicely. Believe me, they'll continue to bud and bloom for you if you don't deadhead them, but they'll look a little bit rough. Okay, so continue to deadhead and cut. The other thing with these is great pollinator plants. Again, with your daisy family, they are a great landing pad for the butterflies. The bees absolutely enjoy them too. So keep that in mind. Excellent pollinators. What else do I want to see for uses? Container gardens, no problem. And very important in our area is they are deer and rabbit resistant. A lot of it has to do with, again, being in the daisy family, but also if you feel their stems, their foliage, even their buds before they flower, they have these coarse hairs on them. So they are very fuzzy, which is a good thing. It's a good attribute to have. as far as being resistant to those bigger pests, let's say. Other than that, we're looking at division. If you want to divide and transplant and continue on, typically your division is going to be in spring with these guys, and the crown kind of expands and throws out new growth on the edges. And so what you want to do in the spring is when they're starting to flush out is you would actually cut and divide those new pieces of growth at the sides and go ahead and transplant them out. So that's basically Gaillardia in a nutshell. Just remember, full sun is key for these plants, and also that soil has to be light and well drained, okay? I'm gonna go through varieties really quick for you. I've got a few here. They're all doing fantastic. This is Arizona Sun. Beautiful 3-inch wide flower, daisy flower. Most of them are 3 to 4 inches wide. Beautiful kind of burgundy eye and then a bright yellow ring around it. Absolutely gorgeous. This is an award winner, stays nice and compact, usually about 8 to 10 inches in the landscape. They originally started breeding this as an annual, believe it or not, because it was just blooming, 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 continuous bloom, but it really is super hardy out there, okay? There is a complement to this one. This is Arizona Red shades, okay? So much deeper coloration on this flower, kind of a burnt orange red, if you will. But again, same compact habit, same really floriferous growth. It's awesome. Okay, the one in front, this is called Spintop, and this is Red Starburst. The Spintop series, that's hard. Spintop series actually is a very compact, uniform habit, usually about the 10 to 12 inch mark in the garden. But I'll tell you, kind of very unique flowering with this one, more like a scalloped petal array on the flower. But again, kind of similar coloring as Arizona Sun, that kind of dark, deep red in the center, and then the golden tips around this one. The one in the back here, I absolutely love. This is also an award winner. This is called Mesa Yellow. And what we love about it is it's a taller Gaillardia, about 16 to 18 inches tall. But when it fills out, it is a complete uniform ball of yellow, just bright, beautiful yellow. And it stays upright. It doesn't flop. It doesn't matter what the weather's like, if it's raining or windy or what have you. It is just a strong, sturdy Gaillardia. So if you're looking for something a little bit taller with a little bit longer cut stems that you can take, this is a great choice as well. So Gaillardia, enjoy.